everyone. It is a beautiful Thursday afternoon, although it's raining, but we have a special guest, a very, very successful diplomat, Ambassador Santos. So he is the Consul General of Hong Kong, representing Brazil. And today would like to tell us everything we want to know about Brazil. I have to translate a little bit. 咁今日好開心啦，雖然落雨啦，不過都係一個特別嘅日子啦，因為請到呢個重磅嘉賓喎嚇。咁其實佢咧就係一個叫做大使啦。咁喺香港咧，佢就係呢一個叫做巴西駐港嘅總領事嚟㗎。咁就 Mr. Santos。咁咧，我哋今日就會有好多唔同嘅問題啊，或者各方面咧，就同大家講解一下關於巴西嘅。咁大家入嚟打下招呼。Hello Jimmy。咁入嚟打下招呼啦。咁入嚟支持下啦。有啲咩問題咧，就可以直接問我哋呢一個Mr. Santos 嘅。Okay, thank you and welcome Mr. Santos to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, to start with, I saw you brought us a very beautiful gift. 咁今日佢帶咗份禮物嚟俾我哋嘅朋友喎嚇。So yeah, please, let's see. Oh wow, this is called Amazonia Flora Fauna.
Yes, flora and fauna. Yes.
Flora and Fauna。咁咧就呢本書咧就一陣間就會唔係一陣間嚇，當然會有條問題啦。大家咧就係如果答中咗問題啦，就 inbox 策略王電視啦，就會送俾一個我哋嘅粉絲嘅嚇。咁 you will have one question that you're gonna talk about during our show.
Yes.
And at the end of the show, you will ask that question.
Yes.
And whoever can guess it correctly,
yes.
The first one to inbox us will
yes.
get it.
We'll get it. Yes.
Perfect. OK， 咁留意咯喎嚇，一陣間咧成個 show 入邊咧，佢會提起呢條問題嘅答案嘅，咁我哋最後咧就會問呢條問題嘅。OK, so please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm 68 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I entered the foreign service at very early age. I was 19.
Wow.
So I have almost 49 years of foreign service.
Okay.
I started as an administrative officer and became a diplomat 5 years later.
Okay.
So I've been here. It's been very long. In my career, I was basically everywhere in the world. Even Hong Kong. I was in Hong Kong for the first time in 1977.
1977, yes. Wow.
My first post abroad was Hong Kong.
Okay.
A temporary mission for only 3 months. But I fell in love with Hong Kong at that time.
So nice to hear.
Yes. I love Hong Kong since then.
Thank you. 係啦，咁佢就話佢19歲開始咧就已經係入咗職啊，做呢一個行業啦，咁一路係咁升職啦嚇，由第一次嘅外交個 mission 咧就係嚟香港啦，雖然係3個月啫，1977年啦，佢已經愛上咗香港啦咁。So the first time you came here was 77, and then you came back like 2 years ago?
No, I was back in Hong Kong in 2016. I was ambassador in Australia, and I came as a tourist.
Okay.
And I could already see the difference between the two cities, 1977 and 2016.
That's a British Hong Kong, and now it's a Chinese Hong Kong.
Yeah,
right.
A much bigger Hong Kong.
Right. 香港而家大咗好多 because of reclamation.
So actually, I think I'm living through my 4th Hong Kong.
Oh wow.
Yes, because 77 was the first Hong Kong.
Okay.
A bit smaller,
yes.
Already very nice and very cosmopolitan, but much smaller. In 2016, a much larger Hong Kong.
Okay.
And even more cosmopolitan.
Right, yes.
And then 2020, when I arrived, a very closed Hong Kong because of COVID.
Oh yes, right,
so,
yeah.
And now it's my 4th Hong Kong because we are out of the restrictions.
Right.
Hong Kong is coming back, and of course it will never be the same Hong Kong because COVID. So it's my 4th Hong Kong. 係咁，
佢哋講咧就話香港已經有4個唔同嘅階段啊嘛。77年嘅時候雖然好細，但係就已經好繁榮啦。跟住佢16年嚟嘅時候係一個旅客，嗰陣時香港就大咗好多啦嚇，即係 geographically 大咗少少啊。其實咁填到海嗰啲啦。跟住咧就疫情20年嘅時候即係封閉咗嘅香港啦。而家解封咗之後嘅香港就更加完美啦咁。Okay, so this is what you know about Hong Kong, and we really want to know more about Brazil because right now it's the prime time for Hong Kong immigration.
Right.
People are taking their money and their families abroad, and that's what we do, ICE Global, to help our fans and followers.
Okay.
So tell us, like generally about Brazil. It's so mysterious.
Well, how many hours do I have?
Yeah, only 40 minutes. Yeah.
No, but Brazil is a very large country.
Okay.
We were discovered in year 1500.
Okay.
By the Portuguese.
Right.
We were then colonized.
Right.
One thing about Brazil is in the history of colonialism.
Right.
Brazil is the only colony that became the capital of the empire.
Okay.
Because in 1808, the Portuguese king moved from Lisbon to Rio. He transferred the capital to Rio. Rio became the capital of the Portuguese Empire.
Interesting.
When he's fleeing from Napoleon.
Okay.
So he just moved to Rio and spent a few years in Rio. And it was his son into 1822 that declared independence.
Okay.
And Brazil was a monarchy.
Okay.
From 22 to 1889.
Wow.
So
a little bit of history there.
Yeah.
Right. 咁佢就係講嘅巴西其實都係好似澳門咁啦，曾經係葡國嘅殖民地啦。咁啊當時直頭咧，葡國係將里斯本嗰個本來嘅首都轉移咗去里約熱內盧啦 Rio 啦。咁啊跟住再隔咗好多年之後咁啊獨立咗啦嚇。咁啊澳門當然唔係獨立咗啦嚇。咁啊所以而家佢哋係一個國家啦。咁 So for Hong Kong people to fly to Brazil, how far is it?
It's around 30 hours flight.
30個鐘頭機 and direct flight or?
Well, there's no direct flight.
No direct
from
flight.
Hong Kong
Okay.
So, but depending on which way you go, you can go through Middle East or
Middle East.
Doha or Dubai.
Okay.
You can go Europe, Frankfurt. You can go through Australia.
Okay.
You can go through South Africa.
Right.
You have many different ways.
Okay. So it's all about 30 hours.
Yeah, around 30 hours, yes.
係啦，咁佢就講其實你即係飛歐洲又得，經過即係中東又得，咁或者喺呢一個澳洲過去都係30個鐘頭度。We noticed that the videos that you brought us is so beautiful, and I'm sure we are fascinated by the natural beauty of Brazil. And so if we want to move to Brazil, so can you tell us a little bit about Brazil's lifestyle? I mean, we only know about football and Bossa Nova.
Well, Brazil is a very large country. It's the 5th largest country in the world.
Right.
Right. So it's really very large, and it's very diverse.
Right.
We have.
It's very beautiful.
Oh, it is beautiful. It's very diverse.
Right.
Right. We have the indigenous inhabitants who were the first inhabitants. We have the European colonizers.
Okay.
First the Portuguese,
right.
and then we had the Dutch. We had the French dominating the parts of the country. Portugal always captured the control. That's beautiful. That's
wow.
That's it's not a beach actually. It's dunes.
Dunes, sand dunes.
Sand dunes in the northeast. Yes.
Wow.
That is Carnival in Salvador. That's Bahia. That's a typical Bahian dish called vata. No, it's Bahia. It's made of palm oil.
Right.
And seafood.
Right.
And coconut.
Wow.
So we have that's the South region.
Right.
Beaches, fantastic beaches, and everything.
Right.
It is a very diverse country.
Right.
Now the immigration started in the early 1900s.
This is so beautiful.
Yes.
Right.
Early 1900s. So the Germans, Italians, French, Belgian. Europeans, and then the Japanese, in the end of the 19th century. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Right.
That's Iguazu Falls.
Where?
Iguazu Falls.
Okay.
It's in the triple frontier. With, Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina.
Okay. Right. Sorry, my geography.
Wind.
Hydroelectric power.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I learned that.
Ionic energy. So it's a very large country.
Okay, let me translate a little bit.
Sure.
咁CG 即係同我哋講咧，就巴西好大嘅，咁人種非常之多啦，咁白人啦，即係主要歐洲人啊、澳洲人啊咁樣啦嚇，咁然之後黑人又有啦，咁亞洲人啊、日本人嗰啲又有啦，咁香港人可能少啲啦，咁。But not many people from Hong Kong, isn't it? Or China? You mentioned Japan.
There's a large Chinese community in Brazil. Yes.
Really?
Yes, I wouldn't know exactly how many are from Hong Kong, but there are many Chinese there.
Oh, okay. Well, I have family there myself.
Yeah.
Right. So For us, we only know about like Rio and what is that? Just the other one is São Paulo.
São Paulo,
right?
Yes.
So and then we see that you have a very diverse lifestyle. Like there's like really distinct seasons.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's you have we are very diverse.
Right.
So we have many influences. We have different music. One thing is really important.
Right.
We speak the same language all over the country.
Oh, there are no dialects.
No dialects.
Okay.
It's the same. You might have different pronunciations.
Right.
But it's the same language.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
So it's really it's fascinating. I'm a bit partial about that, but it's a fascinating country.
I think it's fascinating.
Really very surprising. You have Rio.
Wow. Is that Amazon?
That's the Amazon. That's
wow.
the Amazon. That's the Amazon. That is in the northeast.
Right.
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 That is also the Amazon. The capybaras, those small animals.
Right.
That is Pantanal, the largest region of wetlands.
Right.
One of the largest in the world.
Right.
Right. So look, that's Pantanal.
Right.
It's really beautiful. The Arara.
Yeah. The
Amazon.
Right. The lovebirds. The parrots.
The parrots.
Right.
Guagua. That's Rio.
Okay.
Rio de Janeiro.
Right.
Right.
That is wonderful. I translate a little bit. 咁佢就講咧，因為巴西佢咪好大啦，咁譬如喺南部啦、喺北部啦、或者東部咧，其實佢嗰個氣候啦，同埋大家都見到嗰個熒光幕下，即係佢嗰啲動物啦、大自然嘅生態啦，或者佢哋嘅生活模式啦，各方面咧都會好唔同嘅。但係佢成個巴西咧都係講葡文嘅。咁雖然佢可能個發音有少少唔同啦，就唔會好似譬如我哋即係你話講廣東話，同你去到上海講上海話咧，根本就完全溝通唔到啊！甚至乎真係講國語都大家都完全都聽唔懂啊，有時嚇。咁當然我覺得亦都係一個好特別嘅地方啦。咁 So the hi KK, we got people saying hi to us, KK and Mr. W. Hello. So if we Hong Kong people want to know like more about your lifestyle. So is it easy if Hong Kong, let's say we want to move to Brazil? First of all, let's say as a tourist, not for migration first. So what would you recommend? What to do and what is so fun, and all that.
Of course, I was born in Rio.
Right.
So
okay.
I would of course recommend you start by Rio.
Okay.
São Paulo is also a good alternative. Rio is beautiful, nice beaches. The climate is wonderful.
Right.
São Paulo has no beaches, but São Paulo is a very important financial center.
Okay.
Financial and industrial center. It's interesting. You know what is the largest German industrial city?
No.
São Paulo.
I see. It's in São Paulo.
The largest German industrial city is São Paulo. No city in Germany has so many German industries and so many workers in German industry as São Paulo.
I see. Interesting.
São Paulo is a very large Italian community,
right.
Very large Japanese community.
Okay.
So they say that population of São Paulo, which is around 20 million.
20. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
They say that half descends from 1/3 depends from Germans.
Right.
The other third depends from Italian.
Right.
And the other last third is either Japanese or Italian.
Interesting. I translate a little bit. 咁佢就講緊啦，如果我哋去旅遊嘅話咧，佢自己本身咧就喺里約熱內盧出世啦。咁 Rio 咧本身咧就係一個大家都知啊，成日睇電視有介紹啲旅遊嗰啲片段咧，都係講開即係 Rio 有幾靚。我哋而家睇到啲片段咧，即係雖然唔係淨係講 Rio 啦，呢度好多唔同嘅地區都有啦。佢就話Rio 有好靚好出名嘅海灘啦。不過咧，如果喺聖保羅咧，即係佢哋個聖保羅呢個地方嘅話咧，其實就主要嘅金融啦同埋工業中心嚟嘅。有成2000幾萬嘅人口嚇。即係我覺得我哋香港咁細 ，Hong Kong we only have 7 million 嚇。So it's a very small place。同埋 so if we go to travel。So you could, because I know we usually use US dollar. Yeah. So is it like we can just use US dollar? And do people speak English there? Do we need to learn some Portuguese first? Or?
Well, in tourist places, people do touristical services. Mm-hmm. Yes, English is reasonably well known.
Okay.
It's even better, really.
Okay.
But one thing is very important to know. all Brazilians are telepaths, so we understand what you're saying.
Really, telepathic?
No, but just we are able to understand, to read what you're.
Interesting. That's interesting.
We are also happy to help.
Right.
And so happy to make contacts. That there's language is never a problem to communicate.
So you're very friendly people.
Yes, very very friendly. Yes,
okay. 咁佢就話其實巴西咧，如果你係真係去旅遊嘅話，你去翻啲旅遊區，梗係英文冇問題啦。咁啊，但係 otherwise 佢哋即係完全可以讀懂我哋香港人啊。咁啊，同埋佢哋好熱情嘅。你需要咩咁，佢都會盡量去幫助我哋嘅嚇。咁啊，so US dollar is fine.
US dollars, well. Nowadays,
yes.
very few people spend actual money.
With a card, yes, true.
Yeah, with a card, you can go everywhere. So it's really
doesn't matter.
Yeah, so
right.
Usually, in restaurants and places that are receiving tourists, dollars will be accepted.
Right.
Eventually.
Right.
But if you can use your card and you're done.
Okay, we have 佢就話總之你有 credit card 都唔使擔心啦，唔使帶美元都 OK 咁。但我去旅行啊嘛，帶美金啦，點帶啲 ？We have a interesting comment here. Dororo, hi, I'm going to school by bus. Do you mean you go to school by bus in Brazil or you talking about in Hong Kong? Just making a conversation with you, I guess. So if you'd like to ask some questions about Brazil, please, you can leave a comment here and we will pick it up and answer you. So we were talking about tourism, right? So
yes.
For business, let's say, Hong Kong people and our followers here mostly are savvy investors. Mm-hmm. So we would like to know, let's say we just sell our house here, let's say around 10 million Hong Kong, like 1.5 US dollar. Now, what would be a good way to start a new life there?
You can invest in real estate.
In real estate. Yeah. We like real estate.
You can invest. Brazilian industry is very diverse. Agriculture, mining, manufacturing, services. You have a lot. You can invest in many different areas.
Okay.
So.
OK，咁我哋就頭先講啦，因為好多即係最近真係移民潮好犀利啦，咁啊大家都知有成，我睇網上面唔同嘅資料，有啲講30幾，有啲講成50萬人走咗啦嚇。咁啊，如果大家想去遠少少嘅咧，咁可以諗下係巴西，其實佢哋話都有香港人嘅，即係可能唔係好多啦，不過嚇。咁啊，有好多種唔同嘅生意你可以投資咁啊，譬如房地產啦，或者係即係做一啲mining 嘅嘢啦，或者係農業啦，又或者係旅遊業啦，當然嚇。咁啊，其實都有好多。Because I think Hong Kong people we know about Brazilian food, and there's a lot of like barbecue and all that here. So maybe it's a good idea we open like a Hong Kong restaurant there.
Oh yes, yes.
你喺香港茶餐廳都 OK 啊。
Brazilians enjoy good
Chinese
food.
Hong Kong food.
Yes. So it will always be successful in Brazil.
Okay.
Like I said, we have a large Chinese community.
Okay.
We have a large Asian community in general, and Brazilians are very, very curious about different cultures and different ways of life. Yes.
OK， 咁佢話巴西其實都有好多亞洲人啊，或者係香港人啊咁樣啦，咁其實都有好多種唔同嘅生意我哋可以投資啊或者成嘅咁樣樣。So we want to know about like the cost of living there. Is it because it's so far we don't really know much about it? Other than coffee, we love Brazilian coffee, food, barbecue, and soccer and all that. So, what is the cost of living there in general? Like a percentage of Hong Kong?
Yeah, well, it is around 30% of what the cost of living is. Much less expensive.
OK， 咁佢話大約係呢度香港生活成本嘅30% 到啦，30%到啦咁。And because we don't learn Portuguese here, I mean I learned when I was small in Macau, but I forgot. If we take children, are there many international schools there? So
there are international schools, especially in the more important centers like Rio, São Paulo. You have international schools, but not as many as you could in the other regions of the country, which are less cosmopolitan.
Okay.
Right?
So 咁佢話咁其實你真係可以讀國際學校啦，當然都有好多嘅嚇。咁即係雖然你話 but then but in Hong Kong we have that if we go to international school, then obviously they would study English and then maybe prepare for like American college or something. But is it easy for us to get into your lifestyle? Is it easy to assimilate into your culture?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, of course. You see how many. One interesting thing is that we have colonies of Italians, of Germans, of Japanese, in which the first generation born in Brazil doesn't even speak the language of doesn't even speak the language of their fathers.
Oh, really?
Yes. So you have Japanese first, second generation born in Brazil that speak very little Japanese.
Okay. So it's easy to.
Same with Germans and Italians and things. So it's very, very easy. People are easily assimilated.
Okay, great. 咁佢話其實即係巴西咧，就因為好多唔同嘅種族啦，咁啊亦都係文化學咧，佢哋係好diverse、好唔同嘅多元化，所以其實都好容易可以融合到佢哋嗰個生活嘅嚇。So we are very curious about your cultural festivals. The most well known is the carnivals. You were telling me a little bit about it. Yes. So can you tell us more about your carnivals and the festivals?
Yes, carnival is usually in February. So it's really the whole country is involved in carnival, and of course, different regions of Brazil have different kinds of carnival.
Oh, okay.
So different in the sense that the music is different, the dancing is different, but the idea of partying, of being happy, is equal.
I like
everywhere.
the being happy part. Right.
Yeah. So Brazilians are very good at being happy.
Yeah, that's interesting. So Hong Kong is not. It's like the opposite. So 咁我頭先講啦，咁啊巴西咧，我諗最出名，大家最熟悉嘅，梗係佢嗰個咁嘅嘉年華啦。咁啊年年2月啦，佢哋係唔同嘅區啦，都係有慶祝嘅。不過佢哋話嗰啲音樂啊、舞蹈啊都唔同嘅嚇。咁啊，但係咧，佢最開心嘅就係話咧，巴西人咧係好，雖然佢哋即係香港人嘅勤力啦、揾錢啦，佢哋係即係好識得享受生活啦，係比較開心嘅人民嚟㗎嚇。咁啊，that's really good. And then I also know that we want to know more about your football. I Googled a little bit, and you guys are like the champions of the world when it comes to soccer, which was originally British, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us more about your football? Yeah. Are you a football player yourself?
Yes.
Amazing. 佢都係打足球嘅，佢都係。
I'm supporter of Botafogo.
Okay.
Known as the team of the Lone Star.
Okay.
Because its symbol is a lone white star with a black surrounding.
Okay.
I am such a strong supporter that I have a flag of my team in my office.
Oh, amazing.
So football is of course a very serious thing in Brazil. So you can't find a Brazilian that does not support the team.
Interesting.
So it is very important, but it's easy because the country is so successful.
Right.
In football, Brazil is the only country that won 5 World Cups.
Yeah, so I saw online.
Yes. So we had players like Pelé, who was known all over the world.
Everybody.
Garrincha was very famous, the guy with the hooked legs, and then Neymar, and then Ronaldo, for example. So it's really, we have a very large list of very good players, and it was very successful. It's so nice to see them playing.
Right.
It's an art. It's not business. No, like.
It's an art.
Some countries are very, very methodical. They play like it.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it.
But Brazilians are, they enjoying themselves.
Right. So 咁佢講咧，足球基本上佢自己有一隊叫 Lone Star 啊，you said the one that you
Lone Star。
咁佢自己有一隊咧就好中意㗎啦嚇，咁啊佢話其實喺巴西咧基本上個人都中意足球啊，咁啊政府又好大力支持啦，咁同埋佢哋係好 enjoy 㗎嚇，咁你大家即係睇啲熒光幕，我哋啲片段都見到啦，咁啊佢哋熱情啦，咁啊享受生活啦，咁啊亦都係即係巴西嘅足球好似一種藝術咁㗎，咁佢講到就基本上個人都中意㗎啦嚇，咁啊亦都係全球唯一一個國家咧係連續曾經5年咧係攞過呢個世界盃㗎嚇，咁亦都好多球星大家都知㗎啦，咁啊比利球王比利啊馬勒當拿嗰啲唔係喎。Pelé, and which was the other one that you mentioned?
Garrincha is the second one. Garrincha. He stopped playing in the early 70s.
Right. Oh, okay.
But he was extremely talented. He was even better than Pelé. Some say.
Okay. Yeah, but 其他嗰啲我就唔識。I'm not a football person, but I know about Pelé. He just passed away.
Anyone who's interested about football, look up Garrincha.
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 Okay.
Look it up on YouTube, and you'll be surprised at what you see.
Wow.
Amazing.
Interesting. And we talked earlier that you said actually it would be good investments to maybe invest into a club like a football club in Brazil?
Yes.
OK， 咁佢又講過佢話其實咧，如果我哋講開投資嚇，呢一個巴西足球隊咧，其實都係一個非常之好嘅投資嚟嘅。And you said there's a coach in Hong Kong?
Yes, there's a Brazilian coach in Hong Kong. I'm trying to remember. I'm getting old. My memory is really very.
No. You don't need to remember everything. I mean, we got a computer. I mean, on my phone, right? Just write it down.
I hope he isn't angry with me.
No. I'm sure you would. So, 咁佢話香港其實有一個巴西嘅叫做 coach 即係嗰啲教練啊，係嚟教呢個足球嘅嚇。Oh no wonder Hong Kong's football is getting much better now.
Yes.
香港足球隊越嚟越勁。
In 1977, I saw the Brazilian national team playing in Hong Kong.
Oh really? Okay.
Yes, Pelé was here.
哦，佢話原來77年嘅時候，比利都嚟過香港啊，嚟踢足球啊，代表佢哋個國家嚇。咁我見到隻豬 hello， 咁so if you have any questions or you want to share any experience you have with Brazil or any interesting things, please send us you can write on the comments。咁大家有啲咩問題啊，或者有啲咩意見咧，大家可以留喺度寫啲意見啊。我見到 we see something from Chris here，hello， Chris is saying hi to you, Mr. Santos, and Wu Lai, hi Jenny, hi Santos, love samba style. And hi, got some fans saying hi to you. They said they love samba style. Yeah. You want to tell us about Brazilian music as well?
Yes. Like I said, Brazilian is very diverse culturally. So we have influences from Europeans, we have influences from the Africans, and we have influences from the indigenous population.
Right.
Maybe African influence was more strong, in which samba comes from that.
Okay.
Right? Samba comes from that. It's,
African influence.
From the African influence. You know that around 70% of Brazilians have a little African in their
heritage.
The heritage.
Okay.
So so we say that Brazil is the largest African nation outside Africa.
Interesting. 咁佢話其實咧，因為森巴呢個音樂咧，其實就係好受到非洲嘅音樂影響啦。咁原來咧佢係有成70%嘅人咧都有一啲即係嗰個heritage 啦，即係佢哋本身嗰個族譜嚇，其實都可以追溯翻喺黑人。嗰個即係都係有黑人嘅血統嘅，咁原來除咗喺非洲之外咧，最多黑人地方就係巴西啊嚇。咁so you we said that because Hong Kong people love to travel, have fun, and nice life and everything. But it seems like we are so focused on making money, but then we are not focusing on making enjoying life. But Brazilians are very happy people. Why is that?
Well, maybe because we actually enjoy life. So, if I'm sure that Hong Kongers going to Brazil will also be happy.
Okay.
Right? So it's because it's so easy to be happy in Brazil.
It's not easy to be happy here. It's so expensive.
No, it is. Well, it is expensive, yes, of course. But Hong Kong is so nice. So you have everything. You have food from everywhere. You have so it's Hong Kong is really very nice. I love Hong Kong.
Oh, I'm so glad
to hear
that.
But Brazil is really also really nice. It's so diverse. It's impossible not to find something you like in Brazil because you have things from everywhere.
Okay.
About music.
Yes.
Brazil also has a very rich. Classical music.
Oh, okay. Well, that's my background in classical music.
Wonderful. The Brazilian concert. In the concert, we are intending to start many cultural, musical, classical music events here in Hong Kong.
Oh, interesting.
To show even an opera, maybe a Brazilian opera.
Oh, you have a Brazilian opera?
Yes, classical pieces. Yes, so it's really very. So Hong Kong is really Brazilian culture is really. Not so well known in Hong Kong, and I want to work towards that. Yes.
Right. Sorry, I'm going to translate a little bit. 咁佢就講咧，其實喺巴西啦，啲人真係享受生活嘅。我話點解即係香港人咁辛苦勞碌碌，但係我哋就唔係你成日見到啲人都太辛苦做嘢，掛住揾錢。咁佢話因為巴西人咧點解咁開心？因為佢真係享受生活啊嘛。咁佢話其實香港佢都好中意嘅。咁巴西當然佢自己個國家就好中意啦。咁 咁頭先講翻音樂啊、藝術啦，咁其實嚟緊咧，佢哋喺香港會有好多唔同嘅巴西嘅文化。音樂啦，包括係古典嘅巴西音樂同埋巴西嘅 opera、巴西嘅歌劇，我真係未睇過。I mean, I've been to many operas, like mostly European and American. I've never seen a Brazilian one. Is it in English or Portuguese?
Italian.
Italian. Yes. So it will be like Verdi or like.
Yes, because some operas are in Italian.
Okay.
Written in Italian, but of course there are some in Portuguese.
Okay.
You won't find a Brazilian opera written in English now.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Okay, so either Italian or Portuguese.
Okay.
But one of the best opera composers of Brazil was Carlos Gomes, who started his career in Italy.
Right.
So he did compose some most well-known Brazilian operas are Il Guarani and Il Schiavo from Carlos Gomes.
Okay.
The Guarani, a story of a Brazilian native who falls in love with the daughter of a Portuguese colonizer.
All right.
And Il Schiavo, about a slave man.
OK， 咁總之啲歌劇咧就主要都係意大利文或者葡文嘅。So we have a little bit of time left. We just want to know, like, if you want to move to Brazil, is there an immigration program?
Yes, there is an immigration program. If you invest in Brazil, a minimum of $180,000,
right?
Which would be what would that be in Hong Kong?
Like $200,000, about 1.6 million.
Yes, 1.6 million.
Right.
So if you invest that, you get a permanent visa.
Right. So it's permanent visa, like a residency.
Yes, like residency, right?
Right.
Or you can invest in real estate, depending on the region of Brazil.
Okay.
The value diminishes. Like for example, in the north, it's around 700,000 Brazilian reals, which is about $130,000 US.
Okay.
Or in other places, it's a little bit more. Yeah.
OK， 咁佢就話如果你想去巴西，咁當然我哋公司會幫到你啦，就可以做投資移民嘅嚇。咁咧都係20萬美金到嘅啫，咁啊20零萬啦嚇，咁啊你可以買樓啦，或者係做一啲投資嘅。咁如果買樓嘅話咧，其實佢唔同嘅區有唔同嘅價錢嘅。咁啊如果你話係諗住即係我諗喺香港你買咗層樓點都千零萬啦，你可以隨時搬到嗰邊退休，我諗都幾爽啊嚇。咁佢其實就俾一個永居你嘅，咁啊so if it's a residency, permanent residency,
yes, you can apply for citizenship.
After how long? 3-5 years.
Few years,
yeah, few years. 咁啊，通常係幾年之後你可以申請入籍㗎啦嚇。咁啊，巴西護照都唔錯啊，成個南美洲免簽啦，唔使問。咁啊，跟住去歐盟嗰啲地方都係免簽㗎嚇。咁咧就 so we have like only 2 minutes left. So 我哋剩翻好少時間啫。咁啊before we ask that question, you know, with that beautiful book as a gift, especially for our guests. I would like to know if there are any other things like questions from the floor. You know, you can ask him any questions about Brazil, or I would like to know your comment and your feelings about Hong Kong right now. We are in a very interesting time right now. Like, what do you think about Hong Kong?
Like I said, this is the 4th Hong Kong I'm living through. I know it's after restrictions, Hong Kong is really born again.
Right.
And I call it the 4th Hong Kong because of course it would never be like the Hong Kong it was before COVID.
Right.
But we all had to go through adaptations.
Right.
But what has really surprised me about Hong Kong is that Hong Kong is really coming back very strongly, and it's really taking up its position as one of the most interesting cities in the world.
咁佢話其實香港今次佢係第4個階段嘅香港啦，咁佢話好勁啊！雖然有疫情啦，咁但係而家已經好快反彈翻啦。So we would like to know. I think you talked about Rio and São Paulo, and you know you have talked about like capital city, and you know is there any other cities interesting you want to tell us about? So
yes. Well, you have in the south you have. Brazil has 27 states. Right?
Okay,
Brazil is a federation.
Right.
27 states. In the south, you have Porto Alegre, very nice, beautiful city. You have Curitiba.
Right.
You have Florianópolis, beautiful cities.
Right.
In the central Brazil, you have Rio, São Paulo, Belo Horizonte in Minas Gerais, beautiful city. you have Brasilia, you have in the northeast, you have beautiful cities also, like Recife and Fortaleza, and in the north you have Manaus in the Amazon. So it's really, Brazil is every, you can go 20 times to Brazil and never repeat a place.
Great. 咁佢話巴西有好多唔同嘅地方啦，咁我提一提。I want to highlight that place that you mentioned, Brasilia. Okay, remember that name, Brasilia. So there are many different cities. 有好多唔同地方你可以去啊嚇。咁啊，基本上我哋就玩唔晒啊，香港人大把地方可以去玩嘅巴西。Okay, now I think we have to wrap up, and I would like to know that special question you have for our guest, and please show us the gift again.
Okay. So this is the gift. It's about a book about the Amazon, the Amazon forest.
Beautiful, thank you.
Right?
Yes. And what is the special question for our guests?
The question is, what is the capital of Brazil?
So difficult. What is the capital of Brazil? 巴西嘅首都喺邊度嚇？咁啊，大家咧就盡快啦。咁知道呢個答案嘅人咧就 inbox 我哋策略王啦。咁啊，第一個 inbox 嘅我哋咧就會送呢一本咁靚嘅書俾佢啦。咁啊，I thank you very much, Mr. Santos, for being our guest today, and we really enjoyed sharing beautiful videos. And so I hope I hope you had a good time too. And we will surely, I think it will help a lot of Hong Kong people to come visit and invest soon.
I'm glad. Thank you very much.
Anything you want to say to, or in Portuguese, you want to say something to our followers?
Olha, grande prazer de estar aqui. Grande abraço forte a todos.
I'm lost. Please translate.
I said it was a great pleasure to be here. Send a warm hug to everyone.
Hugs to everyone. Okay, so thank you so much, and I will see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.